judge now. They're like, oh yeah, these guys can rule. Like, are you
Yes.
mentally okay?
They
If
look,
I were-
they look evil. Actually,
What's
they're
even
really nice.
funnier is I believe Kingmaker starts off with the king of whatever the kingdom's called. Literally sending you guys to go find a colony.
Oh my god. So the king is like, yeah, yeah, these guys can rule. They can definitely rule. It's like,
Yep. Some higher
Alright,
authority
sure.
literally did,
Well-
in fact, looked at our fucked up weirdo little party, and it's just like, yeah, you guys
Yeah,
run,
but-
run the thing.
I thought it was kind of like more akin to the Pathfinder game, where it's like a quote-unquote competition to liberate the colony. Whoever gets it, gets it.
Yeah,
That would
but
make
he
more
also
sense.
chose you guys probably as the last ditch effort to be like, you know what? I got nobody else. Just go try, please.
We're congratulations, we're bottom of the barrel.
Here, there's all these other. Here's all these
Amazing.
heroic-looking fellows. What about that group of there? They look like they came straight out of Castlevania. Maybe.
No, we're all of the heroic, all of the wise and greats. They're all gone, dead, destroyed in a war, or gone off to go off on.
And what
They're
about the
otherwise
evil-looking
predisposed. What about these Castlevania reject guys that look like they're probably
these goth-looking motherfuckers.
Now that you mentioned it, oh no, that's like the actually how Firen like starts her journey with her old party. Like the king has sent so many people to go kill this one dude that for funding their trip they got 10 copper coins.
God.
Like,
Man,
kill
we're lucky
him,
to get
please.
anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever that guy is, he must suffer like we have.
But yeah,
Throws him on
we
a
have
bed of
started.
Legos.
We're
Okay, we
live.
We're
We're
live.
live.
Hello.
We've been live
I'm
for like about a
live.
minute. We're
Actually,
Okay,
live.
they
I'm
get
not
to hear
live.
about the
I'm
rant.
undead.
Yeah, never mind our little chit chat from whatever the fuck that is.
Happens.
Yeah, it happens.
Don't worry, that's
Here's the recap. I hugged a vampire, and I was really bad with my grappling hook. And then he blew up a wall, and then some guy came in, and we had to beat him up because he had tattoos that were.
He's like, I'm John Yakuza, and he started yakuzaing all over the place. But we couldn't have that, so we beat the shit out of him.
You killed
Truth.
him.
Trademark.
Those
You killed him fucking dead.
truly
Truth.
the recap of all time.
The most recap.
That is the most recap.
The
I've
most
ever heard.
recap of all time.
Yeah, for real.
Truth.
This is fucking
Well-
awful. This is this is maybe like one of the worst startups to this fucking campaign.
It's
All
okay.
right, Kyron, next time we gotta one up this. We gotta make it worse.
I feel like
POV. I don't cap. I
Please don't.
recap only.
It's like Vinny. It's like Vinny
Recap,
every
no cap.
stream. Vinny every stream. This is the worst stream ever.
This is the worst start to the worst stream ever.
This is the start to the worst fucking recap sesh ever.
Don't tempt me.
Oh, I'm tempting you.
All right.
We gotta one
you
up.
asked
We
for
gotta,
it.
we gotta do it worse next time.
In any
God.
case, yeah, the resolution of Yuki Wonderworks and the ending of the family, with the exception of the brother, you guys pretty much helped kill the remaining family.
Pretty much. We definitely did that.
Yep.
Yep.
They're dead, thanks to us.
Walter, Date, and Timur all helped in killing Miu. You guys
Barely.
killed Tomo and Dad, who, as it turns out, turned also into a Daywalker. Also, as it turns out, had a relic,
Yeah, you
Yeah, he
did.
did.
which was how he was able to, harness the ability to turn himself and Yuki into a Daywalker. Yeah.
Yes.
So that was a thing, and almost got struck by it as well, by the power of the fucking sun, quite literally.
I just hear Starion yelling on
Yep.
distance.
Yeah, fuck the sun.
It's like I thought the tadpole could protect you. Oh well, there's a bit of a difference between a light summer day and a full concentrated force of the fucking
Our
sun.
fucking sun!
But in any case, yeah, avoiding getting blown up by basically a miniature sun. You ended up concluding the family ending with a last farewell fight with John Yakuza Oda.
John Yakuza.
Yeah. And yeah, with that, you guys are basically just winding down at the estates, in the residence, which, while, you know, maybe not the most comforting because it's you are in the home of a vampire, you are at least in the care of Lady Yuki and company.
Woo!
So it's not all too bad. You are still in a very fucking old like building.
Open in the fridge, be like, damn, where's all the food?
It's
Why is it
fucking
all just
dust.
juice packets in here?
Yeah, it's juice packets and dust that's in the fridge.
Yeah!
And buckets of ice, because, you know, it's Yuki Wonderworks.
The most luxury I've ever gotten to enjoy.
Oh, and lots
Why
of
is there-
wine.
Why so many red juice packets?
Just Lady Yuki like grabs one and is like, that's where I keep how I like my wine. Little packets.
In packets. It's easy.
Drinks them like a Capri Sun.
She's like struggling with the pouch, the straws, like, oh god, I can't do it. He don't get stuck like that.
Then she jams the straw too hard and it goes out the back of the pouch.
Oh, that's
Ah,
the worst.
What the hell?
Exactly.
Oh, sorry.
Jesus. You good?
Yep.
Alright. Anyways. Yeah, that was kind of the short and simple of it. Other shit went down,
That
but
was
you know.
many different from what I said.
In any case, y'all are at, well, the Yukikaze estate, on the lower floors.
We're here.
Walter and Date are they're hanging around. Fighting a vampire is hard, especially when one of your buddies has one arm.
Light work.
And remember, if you hard, you hard.
Yeah. I'm gonna move this over to the thingy.
The thing.
The thing.
The thing.
Where the hell?
That's what I'm thinking.
What the hell?
Ugh, there we go.
Look for that guy. Is my volume off? Good, my volume's off.
Dang. You hate to
Volume is
see it.
activated.
It's all I want is to be able to see it. Oh my god, what the hell? Oh, it's an ad. Never mind.
It's your
Ad.
favorite. Ads.
I hate ads. Anyways, party, you got some downtime. Anything y'all want to do or discuss, or you know?
Well, we gotta talk about the elephant in the room.
There's an elephant in the room?
Yeah,
Who
exactly.
invited them?
Tamur, and a few of the or a few of the Yakuza are like straining to pull it out, but it's being very stubborn. You're like, you need to go outside. And it's like,
And he
it's
just,
like,
like,
doing that
shrugs
thing when
sadly.
dogs don't want to go. They like tug
Yes,
against their
they
leash.
brace. How did
It's
that
to
get in
run
here?
defiantly.
Man, the family are hiding a whole ass elephant in here.
They can hold out.
Yeah.
They can hide
did-
a whole.
how
bunch
did
of
we
stuff
miss
in
it?
this.
But yeah,
Which elephant are you talking about though?
the Yasha one.
Is it the Yasha one
Yasha
that we're
Okay.
talking about first?
The Yasha elephant.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
we
Yasha
need
one.
to do
I thought you said the
Yasha
actual
first.
one. I was like, okay.
Yeah, the actual
Oh.
Thanks
elephant.
thanks for not answering my question.
I said the Yasha one.
The Yasha.
I know now.
Yasha fan.
That's not what I heard on my end though. My brain was like, no.
The
actual
actual
one.
elephant. Like, no, guys, it's literally an elephant here. I'm not gaslighting you like I gaslit you guys about the sun or the rain orbs.
Fucking
You're
rain
like,
orbs.
oh yeah, the sun just shuts off. You didn't know
Gordon is just losing his mind over there. Like,
I mean,
guys, do you
he
not see
kinda
the
is.
elephant?
He's got bigger things to worry about than an elephant in the room.
Elephant.
The Yashafant.
Yashafant. I mean, there's that. We also have the stuff with Lamine and others, so.
We still talking about elephants?
No.
Yes.
No.
I am.
No. No. Why? No elephants.
No elephant.
Kyron is cautiously looking for elephants.
You don't find an elephant, you find an Oliphant.
Elephant.
Cute.
I don't know how
Cautiously.
that. I don't know how that. I don't know how that got in here and how it fits, but there's an Oliphant here.
But yeah,
Oh,
who wants to go first?
not me.
Not me.
Not
All right,
how
I'll
do
go.
we- What are we? We still at the house?
We
Yeah.
are still at the house.
Yuki's
Is this? Is this immediately after that all that shit, or is this like?
Not
Good
long,
long
but
rest
shortly,
attack, I
shortly
think, like-
after. I assume you guys were tired out and you're like, we'll talk about this after we get up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
is it immediately after, or is it like after the long rest?
You guys have rested and recovered.
Okay.
Unless you wanted to talk like before the rest.
Well, would that not make sense?
I mean,
I don't mind either way.
yeah. Either way.
Lamine will be poking around to see what kind of food they have here. Do they have a tea kettle? Can she make tea?
Yeah, they actually have some facilities for non-vampire folks.
That's
well,
good.
We'll
Non-vampy folks.
peruse those goods and
In fact, a lot of
Oh.
the guys who, the goons that were following Lady Yuki, the Yakuza, are actually staffing the kitchen at the moment, as well as kind of fixing things up.
Is there a library?
There is a study, but it's kind of a private room.
I will go to the study.
not anymore. It's not.
Well, I guess you're gonna share company with the brother.
Okay. Barge in.
Oh. Okay, am I doing the study first, or am I doing the?
Do me last.
All right. I'll have that. I'll just have that in the back then.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. For
Lamine?
now, Lamine.
Yeah, everybody else do something, please.
It's there's a pretty lengthy kitchen actually with some of the, you recognize some of the Yakuza thugs, and many of them are like, they're still kind of like in their nice fashionable clothes, but some of them have sort of changed out to like, you know, put their coats away, and they've just got like their dress shirt and they just kind of throw an apron over the top, and they're just prepping food for you guys. When one of them kind of catches your, you know, notices that you're here, and they're like, oh, you're, it's like, you know anything? We're actually prepping for when you guys get up.
Me for now. Although I can make it myself.
And, yeah, he pretty much gestures like over to where the stuff for the tea is, and there's actually quite a collection of various like tea leaves, lots of imported teas from many places. From Valvadiri, there's some places from north of Brosnov, some of the stuff from the Middle Territories. Even some blends from Fjordheim, from some of the more temperate, quote-unquote temperate parts of Fjordheim, because Fjordheim is fucking cold.
Sure fucking is.
I have another question actually.
Yeah.
The rooms that we were given, did they have private bathrooms?
Yeah. So, if you want to think of it, it's like, there's multiple, like, guest rooms, and they basically are like, each of them is enough for like 2 to 3 people tops per room, and then you know, It's their own little bathroom, and then no kitchen, but like it's like a good living space. Like, this is someone for like if you want to invite like a important guest over, they've got comforts.
Okie doke. Then
Actually, we'll go back to this one.
Lamine will pick out some kind of green tea, whatever piques her interest. It like a whole pot probably to get that heated up, and then she's just gonna take it and go take a bath,
There she
good.
goes.
like a real bath. She's like,
As opposed to a fake.
she got her.
She's got her tea. She's got her bath. Now the tea bath.
Yeah.
There's an iron cast kettle and nice nice helping of tea leaves, and this is like a more old-fashioned sort of preparation where it's like you gotta it's with like the leaves instead of like a proper bag. Like they have a little thing that you put the leaves in, then you just dip the leaves. It's like a little I don't know what it's called. It's like a little metal cage basically. Kind of dip the whole thing in there.
Bangs on the
Steep it.
cage doors, like, let me out!
Nope.
Yeah, that's
Just
about
do
what
it
I
the
figured.
old-fashioned way. Just put 2 teacups together.
Oh.
Oh. But yeah,
She is okay with whatever. She just wants tea, and
a bath.
she's gonna go drink some hot water and go bathe in some hot water.
Fair enough.
Fair.
Water
It will
sipper.
be her morning for now.
You each have your own rooms, by the way, for this. There's
Yippee!
more than enough space for everybody. It has to have a comfortable amount of room. I would actually say, for the first time in Brosnov, this is the one place that has come comparable to the Golden Home back at Belvedere.
Yeah.
Oh no, poor Kyron has so much space to deal with. I hope he's adjusting well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a hot minute since we talked about the Golden
Yeah.
Home. But
Yeah.
the
That's
Golden
why he
Home
left
is
his room immediately.
comfy.
It's just like it's too big in there.
Disagreeable.
Disagreeable.
Well, for others, it's spacious and the others who like space and more comfy settings, it's definitely agreeable. Maybe not
He
so much
likes
for
it.
Kyron.
We definitely like it. That's why she's gonna go luxuriate herself in
She's gonna enjoy
a nice
herself.
bath.
Yeah,
Yep.
enjoy
Yeah.
yourself,
It's like a
Lamine.
little small bathtub in like in a little side room.
What's ordering up to?
Watering. Yeah. Probably a mixture of just relaxing and just drawing.
Artistry at this time of
Artistry.
day?
Yes.
Art.
Yes.
Art.
Sounds good.
In this economy,
Yes.
Can't afford it.
Yes.
Oh, Mercy.
No.
And then what about Yasha, huh?
Right now, might just be on the top floor, on the destroyed part, just looking out over the city.
Somehow seems
Oh.
legit.
Yelling.
silent child.
Well, the corridor doesn't give too great of a view because, well, it's supposed to be kind of tucked away. But you are kind of able to see among the what is essentially the myriad illusory the myriad illusion that kind of hides the place. You're kind of able to see the rest of the city sparkle as
Oh, not the hallway. Went to the very top where the building exploded.
Oh yeah, no, it's still difficult to kind of see because the way that the building sits, it's almost kind of like sitting in like it's almost sitting like wedged between a bunch of other tall buildings, but it's almost as if like the walls. Oh, hey Shadow. But it's almost as if like the walls of the other buildings are just like basically it's just like there's no windows to those walls. They're just like concealing it. It's almost sitting in like an empty space, basically.
I see. And he
Ah,
still
those
gazes out. You can
hydrates.
see some of the city.
Yeah, you can see past it. It's like it's almost like you the best way to kind of make an example, it's like that one Super Mario 64 level where you look up and it's like the backdrop of all those buildings. You can see stuff, sure, but it's like you don't have the best view.
Good enough.
But yeah, you can still see like the twinkle of buildings as the few rays of you know, Rosnov's golden light kind of starts to creep over the buildings. But you know, the buildings still kind of doing their job, casting a shadow over most of the building or the estate, you know, because vampires.
Vampires.
They don't very much like that Brosnov daylight.
That's fine.
But
By the way, Yasha just spends most of his time up there just hanging out, chilling,
it's chilling.
enjoying the unfortunate breeze that is now rolling through a place where it shouldn't be.
The breeze. There's a bit of a breeze that blows through. Especially since, you know, there's a big fucking
Uh,
chunk
uh,
of building missing.
That's why it's an unfortunate breeze.
There's a big honking just building missing parts of it. But I mean, that's what happens when you try to use a miniature sun to destroy your enemies.
Damn, I thought the tadpole would help.
No.
And after that, I guess Yasha just might mill around,
Okay.
see what the others are up to, because he's just like, what do we do?
Well, the other NPCs are sort of, kind of with, kind of like counseling a bit. Date, Walter, and Timur are sort of kind of counseling Lady Yuki on things. But you do kind of catch them on your way down, since they're kind of hanging out in, well, parts of the big meeting room.
Big parts of the meeting room.
Well, because, you know, parts of the meeting room got destroyed as well. But the table is still there, and most of the chairs and most of, like, the walls and stuff are still there. They're just, like, burnt or damaged, or, you know, there's parts of the holes. There's, like, holes from the upper floor from it. So, you catch them on your way down, essentially. And, you know, they're all just kind of like, hey.
What's going on here?
Date is sort of the first one to react, as the others are kind of just sort of not sure whether to tell you information or not, but Date is like, oh yeah, we're just kind of discussing ideas of how things are going to be going moving forward. And Walter's kind of like, he's sort of more looking at you as Date is of course trying to explain things, and Lady Yuki is sort of in her own little world right now, with just kind of like, you know, family's gone, I have to run the show.
I mean, that's a very understandable fear to go through.
Yeah.
But Date seems pretty level-headed, and Timur gives kind of a smile, just like, it's just some, you know, it's just some plans and stuff. Why aren't you resting?
I am. I can rest and walk around. And I didn't get banged up too badly, so I can just walk around.
And Walter sort of pipes up at that, and he says, I guess that instinct kicked in when it counted, huh?
Guess so.
Um,
Just curious as why so good at it, but I don't really know.
I think I know why. We'll talk later.
Well, all right, if you say so.
And
I am curious of where. Well, maybe not the best time to talk about it right now.
he kind of gives a sort of an expressionless nod, and then kind of gestures to the door, heading out. It's like, get some shut eye.
This is your option.
Get some shut eye. Unless you've got some crime business you want to share on this.
Nothing to share, but maybe just to listen in. It's always kind of interests me why people would do such a thing across enough.
Dante kind of gives also sort of an uncomfortable laugh at the word crime. It's just like,
crime.
just like,
Yeah.
Walter, we're not criminals. And Walter's like, I'm about as criminal as the rest of us at this point.
Oh, don't be silly. Only bad guys are criminals, and you guys aren't bad.
God.
Another Yasha-ism for the book.
Another Yashinism for the book.
At that one, Walter almost scoffs. Actually, Walter does scoff at that.
Oh, old man Walter.
He just scoffs and just kind of
okay,
shakes his
okay.
head. Like that breaks his sort of very expressionless demeanor, and
Yeah,
he just scoffs at it.
It was so
And-
dumb. Even Walter had to react.
And both Timur and Date both look at Walter for a second, like, did he just fucking scoff? Like, what the? Huh?
Bruh.
Yasha
like
breaks
the
people. Sorry,
expressive.
Walter.
Timur is just like, oh good lord, maybe we all need some rest. That's the first time I've seen.
Ding, ding.
That's the first time I've seen Walter crack anything close to a smile since Eris was around, and immediately that smile vanishes, and he looks
And he
at
gets
him
reversed with a smack.
there's just daggers, staring daggers at him.
Aaron, huh?
Well, sorry, I'm eating, so.
No worries.
Bad Lamine isn't around to hear that and tuck that little bit of information away.
Well, really, don't stay up too late. I suppose. I'll be getting some rest then.
You can either hang around or get some rest. Mostly just.
Joshua might hang around for might just hang around for a little bit, and then he'll scuttle away when it gets boring. It doesn't take
Got him,
much.
Yasha.
A lot of
Right.
it, just kind of comes down to managing of just okay, who's gonna be running this, who's gonna be doing that. But you do kind of glean some information, with what you've learned. One of them, of course, was just kind of an interesting one. Is the book. Walter actually brought his book with him. His little I need to plan things book. And he kind of flips through that book and he says, he kind of gives kind of an estimate with what to do and if things play out right, Lady Yuki should be fine for at least the next 50 or so years. Assuming things go swimmingly, with how things are.
Damn, that's a good divination book.
He pretty much kind of gives a few things and some ideas of what she should kind of look forward to, and then kind of says, at best, probably last another 50 years. But then after that, even I don't know.
Wow.
And Lady Yuki kind of makes a quip at that and says like, "Oh, the magic book doesn't work on older entities outside of humans and elves, huh?" And Walter kind of shoots back a somewhat glare, and he's like, "This book honestly should have been burned after it got me destroyed in that fire. So you're lucky I'm able to figure anything out for you."
It's a magic book. It's not, but Yasha's like, oh, magic.
It's not a
Magic book. There are kitty toe beans to be touched.
Touch 'em.
Oh.
Touch the magic toe beans.
Yeah. He does also, issue more cautions of just like, watch out for your brother.
Watch out for your
Of course,
brother.
kinda-
Side eyes.
Kind of side-eyed and waved off, like, no, you'll be fine.
Yeah, basically when the conversation gets to like more dense management note topics, Yasha will just scuttle away. He's like, oh, this is
Yeah, there he goes.
they're like
And then-
business, and he's just like, oh man, I don't understand any of this.
I'll say make a wisdom check, and maybe you'll glean some more important information.
Some
Wisdom.
wise
Some-
words from Walter.
Some wisdoms. What is my wisdom check? So I almost like type it into fucking chat for Twitch, like exclamation roll.
Thanks,
Chat's gonna be
Twitch.
like, what the fuck is that? Wisdom.
Schwimsdom.
No profit. Oh wait, okay.
What wisdom shall you glean?
Not much. It is very boring. It's a 5. It's nothing spectacular. It's just Yasha is bored. Yasha scuttles away.
Now I gotta find Yasha.
You don't really glean much. Nothing really outside of like, there is one bit of information I do leave, which is just like, you kind of pick up on it, but really it just kind of like, just little bits and pieces about Walter's brother. Walter's brother was definitely not a good person. Just from a few things. I mean, they weren't good people, but like, Walter's brother was a really, really fucked up person.
I think the wisdom is just enough for probably Yasha, or at least Yasha could probably just figure out that. I mean, if Walter is dissing his brother that much, that often, could not have been a good person.
Yeah. You do
I
have
kind
to
of feel like that was already established.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Mordorin talks about Keith unfavorably constantly. He's just like, Keith must not be that great.
But you do kind of glean one bit of information regarding at least the old syndicate.
Wait, what did you say, huh?
Like how Mordorin goes on about his brother. I forget his name, but I think it was Keith.
Fair.
But he goes on about him all the time, and he's just like, oh, well, he must not be that great of a person either. Mordorin's always talking shit.
The reason for it.
All my
Right, but
boys hate
Yasha's-
my brother.
But Yasha's just like, oh,
Mordor does not hate his brother. Opposite.
Yeah. Yasha's like, oh, so much shit talking.
But yeah, in any case, you do glean a couple things. One of the things is that the syndicate, kind of just just a little bit about the syndicate back when it was around. They had a very like interesting system, and that their leadership, despite the fact that Walter was mostly running everything, actually had a lot of they actually had quite a large, they're kind of not top heavy, but they actually had quite a lot of leadership, and many of those guys were just titled as dukes, and I mean, this one's kind of a
Hazard?
given, but Walter was the Duke of Shadows.
Oh, who's the Duke of Hazard?
Oh, there was none.
Damn. They got him early.
Yeah, they got him early. But
No-
the Duke
no
of
Duke of
Havoc was a
Hazard.
thing. And yeah. There was 7 dukes. That was about it. And they don't know the whereabouts about most of them, but they presume many of them after the organization fell apart kind of did what Timur did, which was actually Timur's one of the dukes. Which I guess I'll toss in there. Timur was one of the dukes. But
Let's just say that's the one thing Yasha kind of gleams is that he gets Timur might have been a dude considering how he's acting with
Walter.
Walter.
Yeah, they pretty much all the other guys were all subservient to Walter, who was like the guy who ran the show, but like they kind of fronted themselves as like a, you know, multi-man force. But realistically it was Walter running everything. But yeah. But you learn that they were all titled dukes. And yeah, they all had
Yasha mentally being like, man, I want to be a duke.
And Timur's like, no, you don't. No, you do not. The worst part about it, points to Walter, this man was your boss. And he sucked.
Oh, I don't know, that seems kind of cool looking at Walter.
Even Walter's like, no, I was an awful person.
I mean, look at Dante, he looks really happy.
He's not my superior. We're more like co-workers. Business partners?
They're best friends.
He would agree with that one. Walter would say no.
You just ask Date and Walter, are you guys best friends? Date's like, yes. Walter's no.
Even
Yes,
Yasha's not that silly and naive, but he will just say like, good friends. Not best friends, good friends.
But in any case, yeah, that's pretty much what you mostly glean. The old order of the syndicate consisted of a little over half a dozen guys known as the Dukes, who all pretty much answered to Walter. And they all went by code names to kind of, you know, the idea was just anonymity.
Can't help but feel like this is all familiar, but whatever.
He does. He won't ask you since this is information you're gleaming.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all you get.
And then Yasha gets bored and it's just like, oh man, I'm gonna go sleep, I guess.
Goes back to, you know, Yakuza 0 real estate managing video game.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we need the dog in charge of this district, and we need the chicken in charge of that district, and then we're gonna have the old man in charge of that district.
Who's the old lady tomorrow? Pointing at the Obitarian.
We don't talk about her.
What? Everyone, including Walter, just shakes head like, no.
No, do not talk about her.
Gotta make sure to catch Yasha before he goes to bed.
Yeah, but in any case,
Scampers at 200 miles per hour towards the nearest bed.
You walk your 90 feet
Did he
to
just stay up all
room
night?
without anyone acting.
I thought this was the morning, or whatever our morning is.
It is morning.
I cutting action disengage and run 90 feet to the bed.
Oh my god.
You're not a rogue. You have to spend your key points to do that.
Anyways, I go to... what was it? Oh, I did... It was... Yasha will say, well, maybe I should take a bath. I don't like baths, but I should take one.
Take a shower, Stinky.
Shower, Stinky.
Oh, takes dirt bath. Rolls in the dirt.
Oh!
No! Mordrin just suddenly teleports behind him,
No!
glares down at him, dragged into a bath.
No.
You thought you could get away with it.
I thought, but yeah, Yasha scuttles out, just like, I think I'll rest. Maybe I'll take a bath or something.
Is Yasha just like not sleep, or is he going to go sleep some more? Or just hang around in his room?
He might just hang around in his room and rest up.
Just goes chill. Goes to chill.
Maybe take a
Goes
bath.
to chill. And then suddenly the no chill appears in his room being like, Yasha!
Oh, jumps out the window.
No, get back here! I can't use Dimension Door yet, but damn you!
Yep. But yeah, that's the end of that scene, I suppose. Yasha leaves them to their devices. Yasha goes does his own thing. If he gets bored enough, though, he will leave the house and go out and do things.
Oh.
He is a restless lad. He cannot stay in one
He
place
is.
for too long.
Well, I mean,
He
mess
is a
aside, the backyard is actually pretty nice. They got a nice little rock garden out there.
Oh shit,
Little-
that's
little-
right. Oh
big
shit,
ol-
a good backyard?
They got a
Yasha
nice,
will be there.
nicely decorated backyard. They
perfect
got like
for
a koi
her.
pond back there. They got a rock garden. They got some various rare flora gathered from other parts of the world that's just kind of growing in a small garden patch.
Yeah, Yasha will be in the garden. He's like, oh fuck, a real garden. I'm gonna
Yep.
go hang out in there.
This is a legit garden.
Well, now you know where Yasha is.
Yippee! He's in the garden!
Yippee!
Yippee!
Rolls in the dirt.
I do have a question, boss.
All right.
Are
Question
there
one.
any pictures of Yuki's grandfather around? Like paintings, pictures of him, stuff like that?
There is none, surprisingly.
Okay.
There's lots of paintings and decorum of individuals. Some you do recognize, like Lady Yuki, plenty of those, and some of the other family members who you dealt with, and other individuals as well. But none of them seem to, they don't quite fit the the Gramps vibe that Lady
Yeah.
Yuki seemed to have implied.
Okay, thank you.
I would like to say that if Lorna does not go looking for Lamine, she'll go looking for him eventually.
Yeah.
Alright,
Well, he's not gonna bother you with your your tea and your bath, so he's just drawing.
so
Oh.
he's gonna push to you guys resting then. So I'll just move over to Kyron's bit since he was still up.
Yeah.
Okay, Kyron, you're in the study with Hiro, who's also quietly reading.
Stand by.
No problem.
We're waiting for that then. Oh, you coming back?
Mhm. Oh.
B. Alright, I'll just say this. Do you want? Because it sounded like Gordon might be leaning towards that here soon. Do y'all want? Like, how to phrase this? Yasha struggles right now.
Yeah. He's struggling.
Yeah. Do we want that to be Mortar and Yasha bonding, or Lamine and Mortar and Yasha bonding?
Aw, I think it would be cute for a family bonding. Let's all trauma dump together.
Because I'd be okay with either. Karen can come too, as long as we're around to also give Yasha any advice that might come up.
Yeah,
so
because
it's not
Kyron
just Kyron.
advice is yeah.
It is technically advice. Let
Can
me
be
do not say
considered
that
as
it's
advice.
great advice.
I am prepared for my encounter
Give me one.
in the library.
Encounter. It's not... Why phrase it like that?
And you may join us in the second encounter.
So,
You're in the study. Hero is there.
I-
He does note
okay.
sorry guys, I was thinking really long and hard about what I'm doing in here.
I'm a little concerned, but you do you.
All right, so I'm gonna open the door, completely ignore that he's there, and just start looking on the shelves of books.
Need help finding something?
I'm gonna ignore him for that first comment and just see if I can figure out the organizational system here.
Well, it's all alphabetical order, and also by title and then by author.
Okay.
And it's quite a wide variety of stuff. A lot of it is a lot of geographical stuff, mostly pertaining to Brosnov, and actually like older historical stuff, like early Brosnov, like before the city was like as is. It's a lot of it refers to just kind of glancing is what at least the scholars like to call the Iron Era. And the Iron Era is kind of the time when Brosnov was officially formed and still considered a sister city to Valvadiri, and this was during the time when the Valvadiri was coming over to help out establish the city. So they hadn't quite gotten this like full-blown steampunk, but more so like they just like finished setting up the borders of where Brosnov would become today, essentially.
Okay, I'm gonna start pulling like 3 or 4 books from the shelf and just kind of like thumb through the pages.
Okay. Anything you're looking for?
See if I can kind of like flash knowledge anything to myself, like any keywords that stick out.
Be what, a local check?
History.
Or yeah,
History. Never stops being funny to me.
It's gonna be funny when I say history check in Pathfinder 2 and I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
You mean knowledge history?
You mean knowledge?
And that's when I give you the middle finger. And also have some random vine plant to eat you when nobody else notices.
Rude.
I don't need that again.
I haven't thrown any vindictive monsters at y'all yet.
They're all addictive.
It's
What
not
do you
even my monster. It was in the campaign.
think this is how you do it?
It's okay, I'm the one who got eaten.
What you got?
At least somebody noticed.
No, that's not how you do it. Damn it. Every time,
No,
guys.
It's okay. You will learn.
I won't.
You will learn.
I promise I won't. How do I do this again?
You put the R
Exclamation
and the
goes
exclamation point
first.
wrong.
Son of a bitch.
God damn it.
There you go.
Alright.
Shit.
Just a part of the reason why I need to have the other computer here for this. Alright, well, 12 on my history check.
Okay. Anything specific you're looking for, or?
I suppose I want to
Trying to
learn a
subdue
little
the
more,
knowledge.
a little more about their pilgrimage, so to speak, to hear
Oh,
how
Valvadiri to Brosnov?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, not too. I mean, it's quite a actually. There is actually quite a bit of detail. But to kind of summarize, just based on that roll, um, pretty much a large chunk of the Valvadiri nobility, which comprised of many elves. Valvadiri is predominantly elvish, whereas Brosnov is more human and dwarf, depending on the region. Um, the Valvadiri elves pretty much like en masse moved a lot of the noble houses, like some of them basically went up north. And pretty much the way it went is as they traveled north, some of them settled just north of the Valvadiri area, sort of the middle. It's called the middle area or the middle plains, which comprises of a lot of small, quiet settlements and towns. Many of which, as everyone sort of knows, is usually often contested between Valvadiri and Brosnov, because Brosnov oftentimes is like, "Hey, these are ours," and Valvadiri is like, "No, they belong to their, it's like no, they're independents," and they kind of step in to fight for those areas on their behalf. So Brosnov often likes to sort of antagonize its essentially southern neighbors for territory. But going further north, a lot of the major elf nobles who made the trek from Valvadiri to Brosnov essentially would settle in Brosnov, and they would help with a lot of the modernization. I mean, a lot of the dwarves played a huge role in the modernization, but a lot of it came to shaping the ground essentially, because one of the things about outside the mountain or west of the mountainside, Brosnov was very marshy, um, and was not very. It was very rich ground, but it wasn't very stable ground. It wasn't good for making. It wasn't good for building the city that is today. So the elves played a huge part in that by sort of helping in sort of shaping the wilds, essentially.
Okay.
And so as results, the Brosnov or those elves essentially helped create the ground or help make the ground more stable for the dwarves to build on and for the humans to live on.
But why?
Well, historically,
What did they have to gain by doing that?
this one's kind of also common knowledge, but Valvadiri is sort of the impromptu, we help everybody kind of nation. And so, historically, Brosnov was simply just a kingdom in the mountain. Um, Actually, Brosnov was called something else, but Brosnov was named after the last king of the Old Kingdom. And essentially, the dwarves of Old Brosnov um, basically were in a crisis. They were running out of resources, and they were essentially, the kingdom had like essentially lost its power, and they were kind of in a decline that was permanently going down. And the western regions of Brosnov, former Brosnov, were essentially consisted of a bunch of human settlements that were living on they were just living off the lands and not living off of much, and so they were also struggling. And so the elves pretty much came in and they said, if we can get these two settlements to come together and work together, we can essentially rescue these two groups, essentially. And so that's what they set out to do.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a, two birds, one stone kind of deal. Save the people and save the dwarves. And it worked. It was a great success.
That's why we have dwarves today.
That's why Brosnov is not what it is.
I'm gonna put the books back and look for a book on the history of great magical items.
History of great magical items.
If a book exists, something that details like a study, it may be a collegiate essay or a collection of essays.
Make me a perception.
Right? Where's my sheet? We get a... Where the hell? Whatever. I'll just do that. A fat 22.
Oh, alrighty. As you sort of look around, you get one small little it's like not even like a printed, it's like an old manuscript, like it's as old as the building itself, kind of like piece.
No.
And it's in rough shape, but you find it. It's definitely like, if there's anything that you would find that would be like of import, it would be this. And this otherwise dusty old manuscript does have something that catches your eye, which of course is the title, which says it's an old and like it's in Elvish, so you were able to understand it, but it's an old
Right.
old manuscript on something known as the Dire Aegis.
Does that offhand ring any bells?
Nope.
All right. Good start.
But it seems to be some kind of like it's a series of like, the manuscript is like a compilation of like notes and excerpts on like one or several scholars who were detailing witness accounts on what presumed to be a suit of armor, which they called it the Dire Aegis. And a few things are kind of glean from this thing, which is the Dire Aegis seems to be, well, it's a suit of armor. And the suit of armor is said to have been essentially lost to time itself. You cannot actually find the suit. However, with the suit, there is one singular piece that's out there, somewhere, and there's a, I mean, this is like a couple thousand-year-old drawing, but it's almost a 1,000-year-old drawing actually, but it has this detail of what appears to be some sort of, it almost looks like a beetle with a big jewel inlaid in it, and it said that this is the only remaining piece that can be found, and it is said that whoever finds this can call upon the armor with this piece.
Very quickly, can you tell me what that image was again?
It's like a big beetle, and it's about the size of a human heart, essentially. This beetle.
Okay.
There's no colors because it's an old ancient ass illustration.
Sure.
But it's an illustration of this beetle, and there's this big gem that's sitting in its body. And that it's pretty much, it details how you cannot actually physically find the armor, but you can find this piece, and it will call the armor to the wielder of this thing.
I'm gonna self-inflict damage.
Why?
I'm gonna carve the image into my hand.
Oh my god. Just take the fucking manuscript.
The dude is sitting right there. I don't wanna take any chances that he might say something.
Oh my god.
He might take more umbrage at you.
Brother.
Well, we'll see. won't we?
Carving.
Kyron,
God.
my guy, what are you doing? You know what? You do you, homie. This is the most Kyron thing. All right.
When the DM is just like, I ain't getting involved in this shit.
Make me a dex check to carve
Alright.
into yourself this illustration. Actually, before
Word,
you
you
make
think
that
you say.
decision, I should probably give you the rest of the details that you do glean from this.
Please, sir.
The big warning about this is that, well, the wielder of the dire Aegis is pretty much nigh unkillable. And whosoever wields this armor is set out to do whatever purpose they are meant to use that armor for, or die trying. And if the wielder does die in the armor will continue to act on its own, on its former user's whims to perform its duty. And it will not relinquish that body until it's done.
Wow.
So yeah, do you wanna carve out the little
absolutely.
illustration, or?
Well, absolutely. I'm gonna carve this beetle into my skin.
Make a fucking dex check.
All right. 18.
Okay. You are able to make some initial carvings. I'm assuming you were using a dagger.
I am using a dagger.
You do D4 plus your strength and damage, or plus your dex and damage.
Cool.
Sorry, you're being very particular with it.
D4 plus my strength. Blah blah blah. Ouch.
It's an understatement.
And I say ouch.
That's hella ouch, bro.
Oh my god.
In any case, yeah. The other detail that I actually forgot to mention is that the Aegis, there's no actual, like, details of what the Aegis looks like, because, the Aegis varies from user to user.
Alright.
So, that's the other thing. So there's, like, some suits, like, you'll see one suit of armor, and then you turn a page, and there's another suit of armor, and it's like, it's the same suit of armor, just, but how is it different? It changes.
I swear to myself.
It's fine, you got the little beetle
Aaron is going
thingy.
through it.
Alright. I'm gonna put that book, the manuscript, back tenderly.
Yep.
And I'm going to search for.
With your still bleeding hand.
That's fine.
Oh my god.
Brother.
He just needs to put a bandage over it. It'll be fine. He's good.
I put my glove back on. Ouch. I'm gonna
Yeah, of
look
course
for.
he'd do that and not do something sensible, like putting a bandage on it.
I don't have any band-aids on me right now.
Hero's probably like, why do I suddenly smell blood?
Yeah. Hero's not even gonna pay attention. He got ignored, so he's just like, just do whatever you want, I guess.
Terrific. I'm gonna look for a book on their family history, if one exists on these shelves.
On the Yukikaze family.
Yeah, kind of from a third-person perspective. Ideally, I would not be looking for an autobiography, if that's possible. If the only thing that exists is an autobiography or something like that, that's taken from the family's perspective, then I'll do with that. But I'm looking for a third-person perspective.
I'll give this to you. I know you're not looking for this, but I will note that there is. I I wouldn't say necessarily like an autobiography, but it's more accurately you could be considered an autobiography. But there's kind of like a large tome in this study, and it's basically like the records of each, like a bunch of the family members, um, and it's all written by those family members or other members of the family who were very close with that member. Um, it's kind of like the Game of Thrones. They kind of have it where they have all the knights, and they talk about each night in their palace guards. They fill out their little deeds and stuff. They have their own book basically that's like that.
I'm going to heave a sigh, realizing that it's not quite what I'm looking for, and just kind of flip through it.
Anything you're particularly looking on, or you want to just land on a
I
random
want to
page?
look at the patriarch, guy number 1.
You flip to the first page, and the page is muddled.
Muddled?
Yeah, like there was writing, but the writing has turned almost into it's indecipherable. Even the portrait image is just blurred.
How do you guys even bother reading this?
Is this kind of at Hero?
Yeah.
Kind of looks up and says, "What do you mean?"
This page, it's undecipherable.
Hero gives a very puzzled look, and he goes over to investigate what you're looking at. And he says, "What are you talking about?"
Talking on the pages here of who I presume to be the oldest man. Not the old man, but the oldest man. If those two are one and the same, so be it, but I'm trying to read this page, not disturb you but I'm having quite difficulty. It seems like whoever wrote this did not have much of a doctor's hand.
Hero looks at the book, and he looks back at you, and he's very, very confused. And he says, "If you're talking about grandfather, it's he never wrote his excerpt in the book." And then he kind of points and he says, "That's an empty page." Like he's he's like, not to say like the page has been like written out. The way he's saying, he's implying nothing is written there.
But is there something written there?
I mean, aren't you looking at something written there?
I'm confused.
There's nothing there.
He says there's nothing there, or is there actually nothing there?
You see scribbles and blurs. He says there's nothing there.
Sir, are we looking at the same thing?
He shrugs and he says, I have no idea, but you've been staring at a blank page. And I assure you, there's no magic afoot with that book either. It's one of our oldest treasured items, and the only magics that would be used is simply to preserve the pages so that they do not fall apart, deteriorate.
Do you mind turning to your page? Do you have a page?
And that he quietly flips over to his page. There's not a lot written, but yeah, there it is. Hero's face and a few descriptors about him.
I'm tapping my chin. Can you turn to Yuki's page?
He flips over to his sisters, and there's my Yuki Kaze.
I'm staring at the book very intently. I flip back to the section with the muddled words and everything. You mean to tell me you don't see anything here?
It's just an empty page.
I assure you, I'm looking at something that's filling up this place. I can't make heads or tails of what it is, but it's at the very least the scribbles are plain as day to me.
Hero pauses for a moment. You see him sort of concentrate, as if he's trying to do like a detect spell or see if there's anything like afoot, and he shakes his head and says, "Nope."
I'm gonna flip through the pages that I presume are the oldest man's section and see if the rest of the pages look like that, up until it reaches a page that a hero can identify.
I mean, as soon as you flip to like the next person's page, he says he's like, "Yep, it's there."
And however many pages precede that, I'm like, and there's nothing here that you see.
It's an empty page.
But I can see there's definitely stuff on said pages, or page as it were.
I don't know if there's something going on, but I can definitely tell you there's nothing strange happening here, at least from my point of view.
Huh. When's dinner?
Well, according
It's a
to the
morning,
time,
you-
it's still morning, so probably at
Uh.
least 6 to 8 hours from now, depending on your diet.
I put my hand on my head. Sorry, I meant breakfast. Time is escaping me right now. I'm just a little confused about something.
Shakes his head. Hey, you've had a long day. Maybe you should rest.
Maybe. Do you mind horribly doing me a favor?
Sure. What's the favor?
I don't know how to navigate this place very well. Do you think you could find my compatriots, or at least one of them? Probably the battle maiden, Lamine. You could tell her to come down here. I have something of interest for her on this back shelf over here.
I think I saw your friend going over to the kitchen, but if anything, then they'll be up in their rooms right now, resting. I can
I have
direct
no
you
idea.
to the place.
I have no idea to navigate, and my sense of direction fails me, especially when I feel a little groggy like this. I'm sure she knows how to navigate it on her own, but I'm simply a lost cause.
He shrugs and says, "Very well, come with me." And he'll take you straight to the door of Lamine's room. Outside it, of course.
I want to try and pocket that page.
You're gonna tear a page from the big book.
I really want to. I don't know how well it's gonna go for me, but damn it, I think I need it.
Sleight of hand. It is a big page, by the way. This is like, how do I put it? Imagine this. Imagine like the Pathfinder or the D&D handbook, but like almost twice its size.
How am I gonna do this?
Why is that so big?
It's a big book. It's got important things. Talks about all the people. It all talks about the important members of the family.
A big book.
Big book. It's the big book of grudges.
Big book.
Oh.
Oh, I am not confident.
What you got on the
Oh,
hand?
21.
21?
21.
Okay. With
Not as good.
this definitely is something that will require a knife. Which you pull your knife and kind of, I'm assuming you're just tearing a page out, so you cleanly cut the page out as quickly and quietly as you can, and then you quickly fold the paper up into just a fairly concealable sized piece of paper, and stuff it into your person before anyone notices.
Okay. As we make our way to Lamin's room, I start rubbing my eyes. You know what? On second thought, I think I am gonna go lie down. Oh, it's all starting to catch up with me now.
Very well. Do you need help directing to your room then?
Yes, please, please.
Not much further ahead, it's just a few doors down, but there you are.
Appreciate it.
And with that, he sort of nods and goes back to the study.
God damn it, Karen.
Are there windows in my room?
They are curtained, but yes.
Okay.
Board them up.
Is there a table in my room?
There's a desk.
Alright, I'm gonna move the desk in front of the door.
Oh boy. Well, just Chiron things.
Look,
Yep.
Just
we
kind
gotta.
of.
Aaron's gotta lock himself in. You know how it is.
You move the ancient furniture to the door and secure your home. But yeah, I should also note that these windows aren't very big because vampire house.
Sure.
You wouldn't be able to really comfortably like squeeze out of them. It's just enough to get the light in.
Okay.
In any case, yeah. I'm assuming you rest for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll come down when I'm ready.
So party rests up, and yeah. Lamine, you
Gotta
are
go find Yasha.
there's a cart with tea kettle and teacups waiting for you outside your door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I assume that you just kind of set it and then just went back to your room to go and relax. Or did you wait?
Oh no,
Oh,
she
she
would have
brought
gotten
it
her
with
tea
her.
and then
she
go.
brought it with her.
Yeah, she brought the tea with her. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
You got a second round of tea.
Yay!
takes the tea. She could probably make use of that caffeine.
It's the Panera tea.
Okay.
Oh god.
It's not the Panera lemonade at least.
Panera tea.
It's the Panera lemonade tea.
Oh, don't kill the mean.
Lamine should have had. Well, Lamine's okay. She only has 700 milligrams of caffeine in their system now.
Don't kill her, please.
Only.
I'm sure she'd survive.
She'd get the wide eyes for a little while, that's for sure.
Yeah, Lamine with more energy. That's exactly what everyone needs.
That's what the doctor ordered.
Not more energy, hyped up on energy. Hyped up in caffeine.
A vibrating Lamine, if you will.
Vibrating Lamine.
Brr, 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 brr.
But yeah.
Yeah.
It's time to go get Yasha for family bonding time.
Is that
Sure.
what's happening?
Now what's
think so.
happening? What's happening? What's happening?
It's the intervention.
Oh no. Not the bath intervention.
No, but I bathed.
You can't
That
do this to me.
doesn't
It's
count.
not
You're not a
fair.
chinchilla.
It's not fair.
Party, where y'all at?
I presume then that
One of your rooms?
Lamine and
foyer?
Mordorin. I mean, it sounds like we're gonna go to wherever Yasha is,
Yeah.
Most likely.
because
the
I
garden.
presume that the garden. Lamine and Mordorin, one of them will collect the other, essentially.
It'll probably be Lamine because poor Mordorin. He doesn't know how to take a break, even though he's drawing. That's about his break. Just draw.
You guys
It's
gonna
not
be
know-
even for him.
That's fine. You see the garden gnome?
Garden gnome.
No, the garden.
I throw the nuclear
Yeah.
garden gnome.
Oh,
There was the
shit.
nuclear garden gnome.
No, no nuclear garden gnome.
There goes the rest of the house.
Eventually, yes. Lamine has to go get Mordarin, though.
Yeah.
I go to Mordarin's room. And I knock on his door.
Mordarin
And
is
he will
currently
open
doing
it.
a Fortnite dance.
No, he's not.
That's how he spends his free time.
Dancing in a vacuum.
God.
Mordarin hitting the gritty.
No!
I would pay to see that.
I wouldn't. I'm horrified by that thought.
Mortar
Then
and
again, I
smirking,
see
everyone
so
come
many,
look.
so many of my middle schoolers doing the gritty, and I'm just like, this point.
There is a mod in
Oh my
the
God.
company for your character.
No.
And it's a glorious mod. On
God.
demand hitting the gritty is amazing.
But yeah, Mordrin just looks at her questioningly.
Are you feeling okay? Better? Than...
Better.
Well. I don't think Yasha's feeling all that well, though. Would you like to
No.
join me in talking to him?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Thank you. And you go find
Yeah.
Yasha. You search around and find him in the garden,
Yeah.
since we already established that.
He is in the garden.
He's in the garden.
He is messing with the nuclear lawn gnome.
Stop that! It's dangerous!
But it's just a lawn gnome. Football
No.
kicks it.
No thermonuclear lawn decorations
gnome.
for you.
But Kyron gave it to me.
No. No.
Kyron did.
We try it. Okay. Oh, Lamine, Mordrin, what are you two doing together in the garden? Oh, are you doing that date thing?
Mordrin just looks at him confused.
Oh, let me get out of the garden. You guys can have it.
Lamine is also confused. Like, what?
Wait,
Where
no,
is
yeah,
this coming from?
no, stay.
Hmm?
Rather wait.
Looks at.
You seemed
Yep.
out of sorts yesterday.
Oh, did I?
Yes.
He's very bad at hiding it. He's clearly so. He's thinking about it. He's perturbed. He's like, no, I think I was just tired from fighting. I don't want to bother you guys with it.
You would not be bothering us. In fact, we would encourage you to speak about whatever might be troubling you.
Mordrin doesn't do that a lot of times.
Sorry?
Mordarin is not the best role model.
I learned it from Mordrin. I'm okay.
No, that's not good. Of all the things I learned from Mordarin, it's not that.
Please don't learn that from him.
If you're feeling emotionally unwell, just stuff them away. Stuff them in a big old bottle, and then put a
And
little
just
cloth
throw it
on
in the
top
ocean.
and just throw it out there like a Molotov when you just can't stuff anymore.
That's what
God
I
damn it,
learned from
guys.
Mordrin.
No. Terrible.
Let's see. I had to bring myself into the character, so stop moving around. All right. Yeah, so we'll you know, just clearly unable to pull a mortar in.
Or Lamine.
Or Lamine. He will sit down nearby and just kind of like curl up a little because he's sad. And
There we go.
Lamine will also sit near him.
it's just like, ever since we got back to Brosnov, it seems like everyone's meeting up with their families again, in one way or another. And
Does it make you
yeah,
homesick?
I don't know if I can be homesick. I don't really remember where I come from, but every time I do, it's like I don't really want to go home. And then I look at Yuki. I can't help but feel like it's kind of like that, maybe.
Like that as in complicated?
I feel like
Not good?
I feel like things will have to change. Things will change, or something will happen if I go home. It's hard to say, especially since I've been getting my memories back.
Oh, what memories? What recent memory did you manage to get this time?
Well, it's all been coming slowly. I'm sure you've noticed I speak more eloquently now. Is that the word? It's not the rough speech I had when we first met.
Just speaking more eloquently.
Thank you. But yeah, I suppose I had another dream last night. I don't know if it was home, but I remember there's a mansion somewhere on the outskirts of Rosnov. I think that might be something important, something really important to me.
If you want, we can... I don't think there'd be much issue with checking it out when we leave.
Yeah, I think I'd love to do that, but you know how, or at least I think you're supposed to feel happy when you go home? I only
It
feel
depends
dread.
on what your home is like. It may not be a good home if that is the feeling you're getting.
But at the same time, I kind of want to. I need to know more.
It may provide closure.
You think I should go
Which-
back and get closure, Lamine? Ordering?
Warden looks a little conflicted.
Also looks a little conflicted.
Great, they're both conflicted.
Oh no.
I guess Warden will say, well, it would be nice to get closure, but sometimes ignorance is bliss. But that'll be up to you, I think.
Maybe. But sometimes I don't even feel like Yasha, you know?
I don't know, but I can understand.
Yeah. I think we should check it out at the very least.
And you won't be doing it alone.
It's like, oh, I was hoping you'd say that. I don't want to go check it out alone.
I would certainly not suggest that you go there and not accompany you. Especially after learning that it might not be on the best of terms.
Yeah, I just remember there's a house on the outskirts. I don't know if I actually lived there, but it was a nice house, if I recall, the outside.
It is a part of your... likely a part of your history, one way or another. And that alone can make it worth well enough to investigate and pursue.
Thank you, Lamine, Mordarin. I do feel better.
I'm glad.
Well, Levine did most of the work. I'm not very good with people.
That's okay. You being there is enough for me.
You are still showing your compassion. And that is something.
Well, compassion is all I've known, I think. That's how the Vinton taught me to hunt when I was hunting. Always hunt with compassion. Just because you're hunting something doesn't mean that it's simply food. You have to respect it, even if you kill it.
All things considered, that is a good life lesson.
I think so. What is it like? Respect. It's kind of like respecting the things you hunt. They could easily kill you as you kill it, so it demands respect in that regard, or something like that.
Fair.
But also to just respect.
It's understanding that it is also a living creature in this world. Life is still life, one way or another.
But yeah, I'm glad to have spoken to you. Was that the only reason you guys came to the garden to check up on me?
That is the only reason why I came here, though it is a nice garden.
That Mordarin.
It is a nice garden. But yeah. It's the only reason why we came here.
Good set, Mordarin.
What? Mortar just kind of looks at him like, what?
You're doing that thing that Lamine says you do. You're not resting again, aren't you?
He flinches nervously.
Man, even Yas calling him out on it.
His eyes look at Mordarin's fingers.
He tries to hide his hands.
I think Mordarin should.
Lamine
You two
is
should stay in the
amused.
garden, or at least we should stay in the garden and rest for a little bit. Then, at least a little bit.
Wait, he said Mortarin and him should rest in the garden?
Either Lamine and Mordarin, or like all of them should just rest in the garden for at least a little bit.
Mortarin's just like, but I still have to finish.
Your art? Bring your art out here. Why not finish it in the garden?
That looks away. No, it's okay. I just have to finish it before we leave.
We won't peek, if that's what you're worried about.
Oh, I think I've
Tempting.
heard about
I won't.
this.
From who?
I've heard that certain artists do not wish. For two reasons. I've heard that they don't want it because it's their client, so maybe he's trying you, Lamine.
Mortar just looks at him, just confused.
Or
I should be
It's-
so lucky.
he's drawing some dirty art.
Just looks at him even more confused. Like, why would I purposely draw? I mean, I guess if it was outside, then it could be dirty.
Oh dear. That laugh did translate into Lamine, by the way. She found that actually hilarious. And then it died a little bit because it's like, oh yeah, Mordarin being Mordarin.
Yeah.
No, Mordarin, not dirty as in earth. Dirty as in lewd. Lewd arts.
Why would I draw that?
People
Funny.
do.
I mean, yes, but I don't know why
Funny
I
or
would.
fun.
I
It's not like we
I don't
judge you.
I don't see.
Oh, there was
I-
that one time you looked at.
Wait, looked at what?
I cut it off just in case like Mordarin wants to stop him because he's like, there was that one time you were drinking a lot, and
Wait, what did I do when I was drinking a lot, Yasha?
Oh, he
Yasha?
scuttles away.
Yasha! And there goes Yasha.
He clambers up the side of the wall.
Hey! Hey, that is unfair.
Climbs away like a spider monkey.
He climbs in through fucking Kyron's window.
Somehow.
No, not my window.
The one thing you thought you were safe. It just climbs into.
Triggers my booby trap.
An explosion that sounds
The
on
room.
Kyron's room.
That wasn't meant for you.
Oh no, the house has been blown up again.
Man,
Not again! What does this
if
keep
you had-
happening?
if you had a nickel for every time one of your characters almost got blown up inside of a room, you'd have 2 nickels.
Which is a
Which is a
lot.
lot. Oh god. Warden just kind of sighs. As he
guess this is
peppers
just-
away on the wall.
Yeah, he said he alludes to some sus stuff.
It's just the picture for Lady Yuki.
But yeah, I mean, jokes aside, he does go back in the house. Maybe not scuttling it through
Does
Kyron's
scamper
fucking window, but he's like, oh, and then he will leave Lamina and Mordor to their own
I
devices.
sure hope not.
He is beginning. He is more. How do I put this? I wouldn't say old enough because it's not like he aged at all. His mental acuity is going back enough that he's like, oh, okay, I'll leave you two alone.
Yeah.
Oh,
At least Mordor does say that it's for Lady Yuki.
Yasha,
Yeah.
on your walk back, you see pretty much at the doorway to basically the backyard, is Walter. Book
Mr.
in
Walter.
hand. And once again giving his typical, very stern, expressionless look at you with, actually this time around, a cigarette, or, a cigarette just kind of like poking out of his mouth.
Smoking bad for you, Mr. Walter.
He kind of cocks an eyebrow at it, at your comments, and then just quietly shakes his head. So, you want to know?
Oh.
Then?
Seems a little conflicted. It's like, yeah, yes, I think that will be for the best.
He pauses a moment, and he shifts the cigarette in his mouth, kind of gesturing with his head a little bit to kind of help it. He says, he kind of, as he's gesturing, kind of looks over at Mean and Mortarin and says, there's no shame in just letting not knowing what you've got going. I'd be happier that way.
I know, but I don't know how to describe it, Walter. It's like, did you just wake up? It's like I wake up some days and, I don't know who's looking back at me when I look in the mirror of the water. Is that really Yasha? And so I don't think I can rest until I actually know, even if it is to my detriment.
So, Walter heaves a quiet, well, actually not quite. He heaves a sigh, and a tuft of smoke just kind of comes out, and he says, I feel that, kid. I know where you're coming from on that.
So, in that regard, I think, even if it brings me misery, I think, at the very least, I want closure on who am I really? In the end, where did I come from? I don't want to go through the rest of my life just recognizing things without knowing why.
Well, I don't know what circumstances led to that loss, but this. Going from what I've seen in your time here, working with me, whatever traces of that man, there really isn't much left of him, really. It's not all the parts you might think there might be.
Batman?
And in response to that, he he kind of gestures his book towards you, and he flips to he flips through the pages with his thumb. He flips to a really early part of the book, and you see sort of adhered over parts of previously scribbled pages, like it was used for like writing, but then it was just taped or glued on top of it.
Oh no.
It's various newspapers and articles, and it's many of them have to do with various high-profile individuals being assassinated. Heirs to the technocrats dead. And then eventually, it flips to a page, and which is all in Walter's writing. Presumably, it's his book.
Yeah.
And it's the written and then also scratched out, like as if like X'd out and crossed off like a checklist. And it says at the very top, it was Operation Blackfire, and at the the details kind of go over, and it's essentially it's a series of like just plans, but the main plan is the main words. The main goal of the plan was to essentially establish a strong lead force that's united in terms of subterfuge and assassinations. And essentially, the layman's terms of this is there's too many assassins running around, too many assassin groups running around, and so presumably the syndicate came up with this idea of basically just putting the biggest assassin group on their payroll and collaborating with them to basically kill out the other assassins. And essentially the operation was that they would need some sort of distraction to basically cause all of these assassin groups to come out, and essentially with all these assassins out, this big assassin group with the collaboration of the syndicate would essentially basically set this whole scheme up to make it look like they're going after this target, when in reality they themselves were the targets. There's a bit of a memoir in it, with once again Walter's handwriting, in which he says, "I finally packed away my idiot brother's little plans and toys, and have set everything right. The operation was successful, and all it took was just one kid." And pretty much the details about it goes,
Could that happen?
all the major houses of assassins came out and basically chased after this would-be potential recruits of the greatest assassin to replace one of the better assassins. And hundreds and hundreds of assassins, several hundred assassins came out for this, of which pretty much all of them were wiped out by the League of Shadows. Which was the ones that were collaborating with the Syndicate. To which the to which Walter says, "If you had been here in this time, that probably would have been your grave. However," and he kind of with his finger points to one of the house assassins, "this was your old life," and he points to the House of the Nameless.
Nameless. Asha just stares at the entry, not knowing what to make of it. Just that's kind of vague in of itself, no?
Very. They were the highest paying house of the most deadliest individuals you could find in Brosnov. And the patriarch of said house was none other than your father.
Bum,
Damn.
dun.
You sure of this?
Positive.
Damn.
Damn. Yasha doesn't know what to fucking make heads or tails of it. Just kind of, in shock, just staring at the book.
Damn.
Damn.
I only met the man once. It was a very brief meet. After which, well, things led from one to another, and he had mostly collaborated with my brother, as this line of work was more for him. He was the one who was funding your and several other groups in terms of the work. He was the one who was often calling upon your father for important things that needed to be taken care of when he thought that he could clean up his own messes without my knowing, so to speak. My brother had a habit of being very unorthodox about his work. Operation Blackfire was my successful attempt at fixing his mess. My brother lacked the foresight to run things properly, and had things had gone a little different in life, you probably wouldn't be here right now. Whatever happened after your days, your house fell apart. And while we never quite met face to face, I can tell you this with confidence, that you were not only the pride of your father's work, but you were also the feared arm, or pride of your father's work, but you were also the feared arm of my brother's.
Was I really that kind of person? That's kind of hard to believe.
From the few
Couldn't have been
people-
more.
Oh, sorry.
I was just like, but I don't even think I'm that old. How was I really almost a child when I was doing all that?
If I were to wager a guess, you probably weren't much older than me.
That's a lot to take in.
As I've said before, the instinct is there, but the man from then, not so much. I never met you face to face then, but I have seen your handiwork. And those who did know you, well, while I'm not really keen on taking one's word alone, I can say at the very least you earned many of their respect, including that of my brothers, something that that is admittedly difficult to acquire.
Glances to Lamina and Mordrin outside.
You're still here.
Just hard to believe. Hard to believe when you see two peaceful people outside. That does both give me a lot to chew on and a direction to go on. And thank you, Walter.
He shoulders the book and kind of stuffs it away, and then he places a hand on your shoulder. And he says, "That man is the man that I know, the man that I knew, that my brother knew and worked with. I don't see him in you, but he's definitely left his tools behind for you.
I think that's good.
I think that he succeeded in what he needed to do."
Oh, that does. I do have an actual another question relating to that. Then,
What's that?
when talking about the Nameless, they're called. Did they have a house on the outskirts of Brosnov?
He pauses and he thinks about it. They may have. I don't know the details so much, but from my understanding, the Nameless had an old hideout outside Brosnov where they trained their recruits. I never looked much into it, but if that's something that comes to mind, then you were probably going to be the best one to know about it.
I guess I have to just simply look into it.
And he nods. If there's anything, I can look into more details on the old house. But, at the very least, I can start with your name. That I have on hand.
You mean Yasha?
Maybe we should go with just Yasha then.
Was there another name?
Well, that the one given to you by your father, yes.
I think I've heard of this once actually before.
Oh
Someone
yeah, it was mentioned.
Mentioned it?
Someone
Is that
mentioned it.
that lady?
Yeah. They didn't. She didn't seem all too happy to notice I was alive, and she mentioned some name I've never heard before and attacked me.
What was the name?
God, even I don't have that notes.
I
He was
did.
like, for Yasha's sake, since it's been a while, I'm just gonna say he doesn't know most of it. He's just like something Zakharov.
Yep. You're the last assassin of the Zakharov family.
Well, that can't be right. Then who was that lady that knew me?
Who knows? Maybe it was a former house assassin. It is very likely that Operation Blackfire didn't kill everybody. I mean, you're still here.
It's fair. I suppose that would mean anyone outside the city during Blackfire would be alive then, wouldn't it?
That would be true. I know for a fact your father didn't die either. But I'd know that he's not around, as after Blackfire, the house simply, well, I suppose fell apart is the best way to put it.
I'm sorry, I almost lost my train of thought a little because I picked up my dog and he potatoed, so. It makes it.
Do you need
I-
the last few lines?
Yeah, I picked him up and he
No
literally
worries.
went limp and I had to like cradle him and he's just like, oh! And I'm like, oh god, why are you like this?
It pretty much states that Pops didn't die in Blackfire, in the Operation Blackfire, and that's, you know, it's very likely there may still actually be nameless assassins, but they are no longer, much like Yasha, they are no longer operating as House of Nameless Assassins.
They're just kind of scattered.
They're just kind of scattered, because after the operation, all like communications, like all connections to the house just kind of vanished, and nobody has heard from any of those assassins ever. They're just gone.
Oh, I suppose that's something to watch out for, considering that lady attacked me immediately, so I don't know what that's about.
Well, if that
Don't
was,
suppose I'm being blamed for the fall, am I?
I can't imagine that would be the reason.
There's not much reason an assassin would attack another assassin, would there?
If that
Unprovoked,
might,
I should say.
I suppose that might be the case. Interesting that a nameless assassin would be actually too out of the ordinary that a nameless assassin would be there, but in Black
Blackrock.
Blackrock.
Stone Fortress. Oh no, we're gonna get copyright claimed!
Damn it.
Ah!
Blackrock.
Mention Blackstone. Welcome back. Mention Blackstone. We just G-Dubs kicks our door down, just beats us up.
Oh! Well, yeah. If there's anywhere that a former assassin would hide, would probably be Blackrock. Interesting that they would fly into a rage to kill you. That means they'd have to have recognized you.
I think that alone would make it very difficult. They're assassins, right? You don't thinking of what was it, that League of Shadows guy? The one that Yasha'd at and befriended him,
Kalik?
like everyone else. Kalik, yeah. I don't say they're friends, but they're definitely on good terms at least, or
They're on
okay
Yeah.
good
terms.
terms.
Unlike
Anybody
Yasha
else.
things.
Yeah,
Thinking of
it's
Kalik,
Yasha
just
being
like, well,
Yasha.
it's like it's like the League of Shadows. They're assassins, right? They all wear masks and stuff. I can imagine it'd be hard to recognize anybody.
Well, then I'd suppose it's someone who really knew you then.
It's rather concerning. Should I tell them? Looking at Lamina Mordrin. Is this one of those it would be safer not to sort of things?
Walter looks over at the two, then he looks back at Yasha, and he ponders on this for a moment. And he says, I can't give you that answer. Either
Even your even your book cannot give us the answer for this.
my book knows a lot of things, but it's not magic. This is one
Isn't?
of those things. It's not. It's one of those things where, well, this is something that is for you and you alone, truly. However, whether the man from before, Zakharov, or, well, I suppose I should say, brings out my notes, Chrysanthema, if Evgeny Zakharov. Whether you wish to bring him to the foray of your life again, or simply leave him be, that is a choice that I rest upon you alone. After all, he is, or rather was you. And whether the old nameless assassin would be of help to you in your own life or in theirs, that's entirely up to you.
I think it would, but I would just need to be very careful about how I go about it.
Perhaps. Or simply let it die. No harm in that. Up until today, I had been content with never seeing another day of crime in my life, or at least seeing this side of it.
Well, we might need every edge we can get against, just mumbling to himself, the Herald. But I suppose that's a decision for another day. It's not like I can make that decision right this moment.
Nah. There's always time
Nah.
to think. And it's as I've said. The man who you were, well, as far as I've seen, I'm not convinced he's here anymore. But he certainly left the tools behind for you. And maybe that's enough.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Don't let me stop you. I have more business to attend to.
Well, thank you, Walter. In a moment of lucidity, I thank you deeply.
And he nods and says, I'll see what I can learn about that Zakharov estate.
You should also really quit smoking, Mr. Walter. Just
You pick the poorest words at the worst times.
just saying.
And yeah, that he leaves.
Deep in thought, Yasha just
Deep inside Yasha.
Yasha think.
Yasha.
Yasha think.
Alright.
Okay.
Anything else?
Let me and Mortar gotta talk about their duel. They gotta have
Oh,
the duel in
God.
the garden.
Time to duel.
Oh,
Is that what we're
gosh.
doing?
Is that what we're
Yasha,
doing?
Time to duel.
Yasha throws Yasha yeets them 2 foils.
Oh my god.
Yasha will waddle back out. Not mention anything about what just happened and go, oh yeah, weren't you guys gonna like duel on a rooftop or something? I think this garden's a nice place to duel.
Mortar just looks at him.
Looks back.
Forgot about that.
Oh, was I not supposed to mention that?
Well, I hadn't forgotten. It just hasn't been a great time as of late. You're quite busy.
We do have 2 days off, and it doesn't have to be a. I don't think this would be a duel between killers, if that makes sense. This is just
I should hope not.
a moment.
I should, yeah. Besides, I would not be dueling Lamine with a sword if I intended to kill her. That
Yeah, use a
seems
gun.
awfully stupid on my part.
Yeah, use a gun. Yasha holding up a Glock.
I appreciate your candidness, Mortarin.
I didn't feel like it should be said that I have no intention of killing you ever?
Oh my
I
god.
should also hope that that would not be the case. I haven't. What? I don't know why this has to be said. I thank you regardless.
In the background, Yasha's mumbling about the gun still. Just it's a fully automatic pistol.
I'm not
know,
using
we-
a gun.
You still have.
just use a gun.
We still have those 3 SMGs that we looted off of
God.
those assassin dudes or whatever. The guys
Yasha
that could
pulling
like
out the Type
phase through
100,
walls.
being like a fucking gun review, being like, the Type 100 SMG is a 30-round SMG used.
Lamine is not a gun nerd.
Just mumbling in the background.
Oh my god.
Warner's
Let's just
taking
He's having a
notes.
moment.
Warner just taking notes, if only for knowledge sake.
Yasha, who are you
Oh my
talking
God.
to? Just presenting to an invisible YouTube audience about it.
Oh my god.
a what?
Huh?
Well, I mean,
Uh,
I guess if Lamine is up for it right now, we could.
Oh, that's funny.
That's what I was saying. You need to grease the barrel, or else the trigger guard will, dry out and catch. You don't want that.
Oh my god.
That's it. We've lost him.
The assassin knowledge comes back in weird ways.
I need to go back in.
Lamine looks around the garden.
A less popular Brosnov gun, the Makarov.
Jesus.
Oh my god. He's still going.
Mumbling, it's a piece of
That's still
shit,
going.
little jam. You don't want this.
It sucks.
And quite frankly, throwing my spear at them would be a better alternative.
Christ.
Weird how math works out like that.
Hashtag Makarov things.
Kyron taking notes.
Notes.
All the people. Well, I guess of all the people, he would be taking notes.
Yeah, you would.
Actually, apparently
Yeah.
Morden was too.
For
Goddamn.
knowledge sake, if anything.
Yasha
Like, I
produces
mean, he's
two
giving out
foils.
assassin information. I don't get this a lot.
Yeah, if you Yasha produces 2 foils he's dug out from the house. They have little balls on the tips. It's like, look, you can't stab each other.
Important.
I'm sure there's some training swords to fence with or to duel with.
Yeah.
They're just lying around.
Somehow I feel like you're you're the one out of all of us that wants to duel the most.
I also found this etoile.
Et toi, but yes.
Let's fucking use a gun.
Etoile? Etoile? Ah,
E12.
E-toil.
twill?
E-toil, Brute.
Stabs the salad dressing.
It had it
Oh my
coming.
God.
Oh. I mean, are we doing this?
Yeah, that's up to you guys. Yasha could provide the stuff, but he's just like, oh yeah, weren't you guys gonna duel?
Fight.
Fight.
I don't think I would like to do it here.
Oh, not romantic enough?
Dasha, why do you keep mentioning that?
Because I saw it in a play the other day.
I do think that a rooftop duel would be much more romantic than this. It is a nice garden, but it's not quite the same, I
Wait,
feel.
does the duel have to be romantic?
It's a perfectly blown up.
Only if you
rooftop
want
that
it to
they
be.
Dueled upon.
But no, it doesn't have to be.
I mean,
We do have. Doesn't this place have a rooftop too?
Yes.
half of it's blown off, but
Not perfect
think that's-
for the
that's-
backdrop.
I was gonna say, I think that's
I
even
meant-
more romantic.
I meant not only for this garden, but this location in general. I don't think so.
Yasha writing down in a notebook. Alright. I need to go scouting for a good rooftop garden then.
I would have been fine with the rooftop of Tessa's place, but if you so desire,
It's a little small, no?
don't let me stop
It's not a
you.
lot of foot room.
Should ask her. Hey, Tessa.
It's large enough.
Hey, you had to say it in that. Hey,
Tessa.
Tessa.
Hey, Tessa.
What?
Somewhere
Not
in
as
the
if we
world.
need a full battlefield.
Yeah,
Somewhere.
Tessa's just randomly like, what? And then she's like, huh, that's weird. I thought someone called me.
Vico's just lounging on the
I
couch,
swear.
and he's just like, "You okay there, girl?
Oh.
Girl, are you okay?"
Fuck, that trauma's deep
I
set.
felt
You
a,
okay?
just felt a random,
Tyrant trauma.
Yeah, I felt a random sense of agitation.
Oh,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I think I need to make some soup.
oh.
God
Oh,
damn
no.
it.
Oh dear.
Well, another time then. I think I'm gonna go out into the city and clear my head.
Don't wander too far. Or, well,
I'll try not
be
to.
safe.
Yeah, she doesn't probably. He's just like I'll try not to.
For reference, by the
That's
way,
good enough.
the rooftop.
Maybe I should say don't be gone too long instead.
I see. Yes, I will. I will not be gone for too long.
Yes.
For reference, by the way, the rooftop here is much nicer than the one back at home.
It's a nice rooftop.
Just for the record.
Just for the
Yeah.
record, it's
Yeah.
a nicer rooftop to fight on.
Joshua will leave. I don't know what time of day it is. If there's anything done today, but Joshua will now. You will basically leave via rooftop.
It's dinner time.
Ward is just still confused about the whole, like, why does it have to be romantic? I don't get it.
I saw it in a play. It has to be romantic.
Yeah, you gotta lift their chin up by the tip of the sword, you know.
It's the only way you get good battle music.
Or you
I barely mean to do that.
or you do
If you
a maneuver where you trip them, but then you catch them and you're like, ho ho.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
No, I'm a big fan of that.
That's why Yasha's going out to scout. He's gonna go walk around, but he's also scouting.
he's scouting.
Eventually, Kyron will also do the same.
Which leaves Mordor and Lamine alone in the garden.
Yeah.
After Yasha leaves, I'm immediately gonna start poking around the flowers.
Flowers poke you back.
Well,
Oh,
Oh, interesting.
okay.
Yeah, well,
Unexpected.
One flower slaps you away and is like, "Don't do that."
well.
Mordor just sort of
Alright,
watches
fair
Lamine
enough.
just kind of like
Very
poke around
rare
at the
flora.
flowers.
She's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I have to say, she's not literally poking the
Just kind of
flowers,
observing
but she's
them.
looking at them.
You can do a nature
Yeah.
check.
One of the flowers.
Specific.
One of the flowers is like, "Hey, what are you looking at? Huh? What, is some kind of exhibit to you? How about you take a picture? Last longer."
Hey, yo, buddy. Fuck you. Fuck you,
Oh my
buddy.
god.
It's like, wow, these are some interesting
I-
flowers.
For for being proficient in herbalism kits or
I'll give
the
you
herbalism kit,
advantage.
whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, I will take that advantage.
Oh.
Have a. I don't think
I want to do a nature check too, but I won't.
No,
do
no,
that
no, no,
next
no,
turn,
no,
obviously.
no, 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 no.
Let me see what my
Yeah,
nature check
17.
is though.
What'd you roll?
17 on the nature check.
Okay.
Yep.
Um,
Gotta
I'm curious.
be overheard over Kyron's warbling.
12.
Warbles. Well, as you sort of look around, it's a fairly, it's not a big garden, but it's a lot of very, very uncommon flora.
Yes.
And there are quite a few, like actual, like helpful flowers. Like some of the plants here that are grown. Some of them are like old, but like they're older components, but they're components to make some potions for things such as curing diseases and even removing curses.
Anything toxic?
There's actually
Anything that's poisonous?
none actually.
Oh.
Yes.
Internally, she's a little sad.
Oh.
Yeah, there's
But
nothing.
they're still nice flowers.
There's nothing here that can be made into anything dangerous. It's actually, if anything, it can be made to actually cure people.
Whoa.
Even
I'll
though
admit, Amin is a little surprised.
you also find a peculiar flower that somewhat looks it stands out, and it's sitting kind of away from the rest of the garden patch, or shouldn't say patch, it's a pretty big garden, but kind of
Patch.
a little bit away from the rest of the flowers, sitting up on like those little like struts is like a flower that's got a really really viney stem to it, and it's kind of like
I'm sorry?
curled around it. Yeah,
Aaron picks it up and eats it.
it's got vines. Well, it's a vine. It's a, instead of like a normal
A
stem,
vine?
it's almost like a
Alright,
vine.
it's one of them kids.
Damn it. Okay.
Those things them kids keep talking about. You apparently look at it and it shows you funny videos.
But the thing that stands out to you is at the top of the at the top of this little like support thing for the vines, is a red flower, and it looks similar to the to the family crest actually.
Wow.
Alright. I kind of checked out.
Wow.
So is it appropriate that they be growing their symbol here?
Wow.
Okay. Cool.
On the vine
Neat.
itself, there are several other buds that are just kind of
Roll
sitting,
need.
throughout various parts of the vine. And if you'd like to continue looking at the flower, kind of take a look at it. Maybe make a
Wow.
nature check or a perception check if you're curious.
No.
I like to rub my eyeballs on the flower.
I do so.
I kind of also want to rub my
Schlup,
eyeball
schlup,
in the
schlup,
flower.
schlup.
You experience something that's like poison, the effects of poison ivy, but like 100 times worse.
Yeah,
On
and that's
your
great.
eyes.
Amazing.
I shriek in delight.
Woo.
Oh.
Alright.
Ow.
We learned a lot about Yasha. We learned
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot about Yasha in that
I'll
moment.
Maybe it was better you forgot your past life, Yasha. That guy was a weirdo.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Can I still get advantage?
Yes. If you're doing nature.
I will take it for nature. It seems appropriate.
Yes.
Dirty 20.
What about an unnatural
20?
check?
I'll give this to you
Okay.
actually. You. This is actually pretty impressive. This species is this is a species of flower that is like believed to have basically died out.
Whoa.
And it's called a frost rose.
Wow.
Pretty.
They say that the petals are of a the petals on a frost rose when they bloom, the roses when they bloom they actually have this like very translucent like white blue color to them, and then they have and then they slowly turn red.
Whoa.
Pretty. Very pretty.
Very pretty.
It is said that it's it actually has the petals themselves also have a bit of a curative nature to them. It's believed that many people, at least, this is of course written from like scholars. It's more like because the flower has died out long ago. They can't prove it, but back when it was around, alchemists from back in the day believed that its petals could be used to help with a lot of ailments that were particular to elderly folks, and they helped prolonged life. Specifically, they helped kind of with memories, but also helped with, again, extending one's life.
That is appropriate and ironic.
Very.
Cool.
Mortar just
Um,
watching on curiously.
Roll perception as well.
21.
21. All right, I'll give this one to you. The one little red rose that's budded out is you've noticed that it's actually been tended to, and some of the petals have been plucked. So whoever's tending to this has been plucking and using these petals.
Hopefully for good purposes.
Hmm?
Cool to know. I mean, we'll leave it alone, just to be clear.
I will not.
It
I
won't be-
agitate the shit out of it.
Mortar
Damn it,
just
gotcha!
Mortar just
Don't
kind of
disturb
looks
the
at
flowers!
Don't disturb the flowers!
That
Said,
might be the last
the
flower
mean.
in existence.
I literally screaming as I jab at it.
Oh my god. Nap! Murder just looks at Blamine and goes, "You seem to really like flowers."
Yasha, the flower intercepts your strike and stabs you.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's an impressive flower. I do like
I-
flowers.
Yasha pulls out a foil and begins dueling the flower.
Oh, okay.
In the
Guess
background,
they got to use
Sure.
those swords after
Yasha's
all.
sword
Yep.
fighting with the flower. The flower pulls the other sword.
Oh god.
Nani?
That's an
Says on
interesting.
guard.
Doing full ass advanced fencing techniques like Contra.
God.
Man, this is a weird garden.
This is a weird garden.
this shit is sick.
Yeah, that's one of the late cousins grew this garden. Said something about fighting against zombie hordes.
Yeah.
No.
They're very good at it. They're very good at fighting the undead.
Very
God.
good
I
at
think my
fighting the
skull
undead.
took some damage from you saying that.
Anyways, enough
I mean,
goofing
like
around.
flowers.
Yes.
I do like flowers, Morton.
I've
There's
at
some.
least noticed that much.
Could you notice
have
for me liking to make flowers all the time with my embroidery?
Yes, and you do have some literally tattooed onto you.
That I do. There's some odd flowers in this garden. Very interesting. Not as lethal as I was. No. Honestly, as I was expecting. I was expecting at least a few dangerous flowers, but everything in here is actually entirely helpful. Healing and so on.
Interesting.
It's the pea plant, go!
God damn it. Did you get your interest for flowers anyway?
I've always had an interest in flowers. Though, in particular, the dangerous sort. And I don't just mean nothing like a rose. Flowers that are poisonous, highly toxic if ingested or even touched. I used to have a greenhouse full of them when I was younger.
Are you sure you're a cleric?
I am sure I'm a cleric. Lathander told me as such.
Mm.
I'm
Morton
simply a
has a
cleric with
slightly
some...
weird reaction to that. I'm being reminded that he fucking
I am simply a cleric with some odd interests.
Yes.
And by the way, the flowers that I've tattooed onto myself are all poisonous as well.
I figured as much.
Sick ass bottle mommy.
Some dude just beyond the fence be like, "Oh God, I hope she steps on me."
Jesus.
Damn it!
Well, since you actually
Get that
mentioned,
degenerate out of here.
you actually mentioned
Yasha in a
Lysander,
business suit and
he-
sunglasses is
Oh
squirting
my
milk.
God, Yasha, stop! Stop it, Yasha!
They're having a
Speaking,
moment.
speaking of Lysander, he spoke to you.
I am
He
sorry.
has, yes.
How did
Is
you
this
get to him to talk to you? I guess.
that is not an easy story to tell. It is not as if I didn't ask him to.
Oh, I'm pretty sure most gods don't ask at any point anymore, or if they even did.
I am no longer asking.
The people demand the mean steppies.
Damn it.
Kyron, you must help me remove these degenerates. Help me take them to the testicular torsion chamber.
God.
You know what?
Alright.
Okay.
Ready to action.
Ready action.
Just hope they don't enjoy it because, gens be degens.
Okay, it's okay.
Okay.
If they enjoy it, we have the testicular untorsion chamber, so they can live completely normal lives.
But yeah, if Lamine is
so
unwilling to really tell her story about how she got in contact with Lysander, I think Mortar would try to change his question then.
I think it's more, she doesn't seem unwilling. It's like, how do I? She didn't think that is what he wanted, right? Like,
Yeah.
Lamine answered the question and it's like, all right, that's it. But not in a, I'm not talking about it. It's just, she didn't think that there was going to be more to that.
I see. I think he would continue to ask small probing questions then. Just a little poke. Like, does he speak to you often?
Not terribly often. He mostly leaves me to my own devices.
But he still spoke to you sometimes.
Don't
Yes, he has.
you Forget about
See,
Jesus.
me. Jesus, you want to bring cheddar into this?
God, no, stop it. And I guess because he kept talking to you, that's when you started to worship him?
I worship him because he put his trust in me. Out of everyone he could have picked, he chose me to invest some of his power into.
Oh my sweet fuck. I'm insane.
How to explain how Mordred looks like now? Conflicted would be an understatement.
What is this sudden interest, if I may ask? You haven't really been enthusiastic about religion beforehand.
He looks like a cat that's been caught. I was just curious. He says
About what
unconvincingly.
exactly? I can help or answer if I have a better idea of what I am helping for or what question I'm answering.
Oh, I guess I'm just mostly interested in that he speaks to you at all. But it makes sense. You're a cleric.
I'm a cleric now, but I wasn't always the cleric.
And he spoke to
What?
you before then?
No. I believe I have explained before that I was rather secular growing up. Faith in gods didn't play any role in my life. That didn't come about until much later. More
True.
recent to the here and now, in fact. Is it? I am curious about your curiosity for the whole speaking thing. You seem rather fixated on it.
You remember when we almost got blasted by the sun, and then there was that celestial veil? Did
It
you
happens all
Yes.
the time.
hear her?
Her? No. I didn't hear anyone.
I think that veil was from Selune.
Oh, how phrase things.
And well,
I mean, I can at least say to start the Lamina surprise, like,
you're like, wait, hold
understandably.
up, what?
Huh?
Yep.
That's quite.
And on top of that, that was the first time I've ever heard her speak.
And does this confuse or concern you?
Honestly, I don't even know. I thought she was angry at me all this time, but well,
Why would she be? Why would she be angry at you?
I still don't have that answer. But she never spoken to me, no matter how much I've prayed, begged, screamed her name.
There is more to gods than worship.
Fair.
If it were only reliant on how well or how loudly you can speak a god's name, there would be many more clerics running around. But I do not think that is how it works.
Yeah, that's fair.
I never once prayed to Lathander when he chose me.
Definitely looks like he wants to say more about it, but he's keeping quiet. It's more that he does
Wake up,
not
Mordorin.
really want to say. Wake up, Mordorin!
Speak up. If this environment doesn't suit you or make you comfortable, we can always wait until another time. I would like you to continue speaking. Air out whatever it is that might be holding you down or back or just concerning you.
Kind of pouts. A little hypocritical.
Is it?
there are definitely things that you should probably air out, but you don't want to.
That's fair enough. Some... The past can be a difficult thing to keep away from you sometimes. I don't know if I'm ready for any of that, but if it helps, I could... Well, not here. I wouldn't like to do it here. I could tell you the full story of how Lathander came to choose me.
To hear
It's...
it.
There is a fair bit that goes into it. I would like to be a little bit more invested in retelling it. It's not something... Well, actually, you'd be the first.
Oh.
It's not a story that I've ever told anyone. Granted, it's not a story that I've needed to tell anyone. But if it helps you, then I would be willing.
Yeah, I would like to hear.
If you are having a crisis of faith, then perhaps my own struggles with it would,
Yeah, you
well,
told
if
Darren.
not bring you clarity, then show you that you're not alone. And that despite how I carry myself, it hasn't always been that easy for me. The attention of God is a wonderful and terrifying thing to have. Well, perhaps only terrifying, depending on which God. But ours are kind. They're good.
I heard it was corn.
No cord.
Mord does seem a little apprehensive about mentioning that his goddess is kind. A little apprehensive about that.
I think that's all that she has to say right now.
That'll be all he will say for now. Yay! We got something at least.
It's something.
Yay!
It's something.
That can be
Yes.
Actually, you know what? There is one thing because
Actually.
Selune herself fucking told me something. So, Mordrin is gonna take off the amulet he has and offer it to Levine.
What's this?
Well, Selune said to protect myself and protect my friends. That feels like a clear enough command to try to at least protect you of all people.
I think you've done a fine job of that so far. She will take it.
For assurance.
Oh no, the insurance people are here. Jumps out.
The
window.
insurance, yeah, I gave Lamine insurance.
Kyron, they're gonna charge us premiums.
Dang.
Yeah. As long as you wear the amulet, if you fail a saving throw, you get a an additional D4.
Mordrin says this?
No,
Yes.
I'm saying this.
No.
But yeah, that's what the amulet
Lonelin's
does.
just like, what the fuck is a D4?
It's the warlock thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm not done yet.
I will
Oh,
add
yeah.
it.
Hold
She
up.
is smiling when she takes it though. I want to say that as well.
Wait a minute.
Mordrin just kind of like tilts his head. I like it when you smile like that.
Oh, Mordorin. How can you be so accidentally suave when you want to be? Careful, dear. Saying things like that will make girls swoon for you.
He just looks at you confused.
Nani.
Not eat a fuck.
I don't understand.
Eh?
I would say to be careful, but honestly, keep doing it.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm sure
Too
you'll
soon.
get it at some point. You usually do.
Oh.
Like, oh.
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 She you know the maybe some
Yasha
of you
crawls
at
all over
least.
Kyron like a
But
spider.
like, hang on a second.
Oh.
I'll find a picture just for anyone who might not
Imagine this
really
is her
know
smile.
that. But something like that. A little bit of that, a little bit of you know the Mercedes's smiling portrait in Fire Emblem. How she's got her eyes closed.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like that too. Just like a little cheeky, like eyes closed smile. Like clearly, definitely a little bit messing with them, but she's not saying anything else.
It's cheeky.
It is cheeky. Yippee.
All right, Kyron. This is a Brosnov Browning machine
And
gun.
have
It can fire over
successfully
1,000 rounds.
distracted Lamine from not mentioning that I have not been sleeping.
Still writing notes.
Also, about that,
No, Yasha, you can't come in inconvenient times like this.
Wait a minute.
Yasha literally comes burrowing out of the ground.
pops up from underneath that one flower.
Yeah.
Uprooting it.
The flowers on
completely.
it. Yeah.
God.
Bottom text. Fucking believable.
Incomprehensible. Have a terrible day.
Have a wretched existence.
I'm
Jesus.
just adding this to my inventory. You said it gives 1d4 when failing a saving throw?
Yeah. You have
Hell
to
yeah.
fail it.
Okay. Oh my god.
Hell yeah, brother.
And I think there are 3 charges
throws
too.
are gonna be so insane.
Yeah,
Like, honestly.
exactly. Oh, there's 3 charges.
We
On
need
it.
more charges.
We need more charges.
Mm-hmm.
Yippee!
Oh.
I mean, man.
If
Ready,
Mortarin
action.
dies, it's gonna be real sad because it turns into ash when I die.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well,
All
I
right,
guess-
time to kill Mortarin.
Alright, Mordred, you hope you don't
Wow.
die.
You know, I was thinking, Lamine, in a couple months when this is all over, we could retire and we'll have a farm with a dog.
What the hell?
Start
Oh.
popping all the death flags.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, Josh is just setting off all the death flags.
You know, on my
Damn.
main job, I'm about to retire too and got myself a nice pension lined up.
Oh
I
no.
can't wait. I can't wait for this all to be over. I could go home and see my wife and kids.
Beautiful
God.
wife and kids. Ordered in.
Yeah, it's
What?
Lamine and Yasha. Wife and kids.
What?
Yeah, yeah, fair.
What?
Exactly.
Eh?
There's more death flags.
Shit.
In any case, let's see. Anything else we got?
The guy still wants Lamine steppies.
Well, that guy's been
outta
summarily
here.
executed. Anyways, anything else?
I continue doing what I'm doing.
Yep.
Is
I'm
it
good.
public?
Tempted to talk to my patron, but also I'm good.
You good?
Unless you want
Lamine?
to talk about what Yasha sees, because he did go out into the fucking city. If there's anything you
Oh
want to.
yes, I want to know what Yasha sees.
Only if you have something, of course. Otherwise, it's just whatever.
I was gonna have you guys start heading on out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Heading on
That's
in.
I'm okay with that.
it's pretty much
to-
resolved here,
back
unless you
to
guys.
Tessa?
It was more like, do you guys have anything like else to do here? Otherwise.
No, I just gotta give Lady Yuki the
Nope.
picture I was drawing.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You meet with Lady Yuki and the others, and they once again, she thanks you for all the effort that you guys put in. It really was up down to you guys to make the difference. But yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing this is when you hand over the portrait.
Well, it's it is a portrait, but it's of her and her brother. With the locket that they had to unfortunately take away.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yasha is
This is
currently
the
gnawing
parting
on the
gift.
omelet.
No, stop gnawing. What omelet? Who gave you an omelet?
Chomp, 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 chomp.
You can eat the omelet. It's fine. It's just an omelet.
But his cholesterol. It.
Kyron told me it was an
Do you
amulet
see how much?
omelet.
Do you know
Yep.
how much? Do you see how much running around he does? I'm sure he'll be
Fair.
fine.
That's fair.
He probably
Yeah.
needs it.
Just give her that picture.
Good growing.
It's the
Boy.
least he can do for taking the real article away.
I spend all 90 feet of my movement running all over Kyron.
Hydrate. Okay. I gotta hydrate redeem.
Mhm.
B.
Hydrate.
Mm-hmm.
Lady Yuki, hands you guys a little pouch that's a tea bag.
Bag.
It's a little thing, and she says, while you guys were, well, resting, I went and I prepared this for you. It's, in the back, there's the garden, and I plucked some of the ingredients from there.
I
And,
mean, expression lights up a little bit, but says nothing.
it's, well, made from some of the stuff that, I grow in there, and, it should help you for at least one good rest, at the very least.
One short rest.
Basically the components of this, it's a component for a serving of tea for the whole party. And the party, basically it's one free long rest.
Nice.
Just make a quick helping of tea with it, and you get one long rest for the whole party.
Hell yeah.
So you
Yeah.
tended the garden there, then?
Well, it was my mother's and my grandmother's. No. And fell to
It's
me
a very lovely garden.
It is. You have so many rare plants. I recognize most of them.
It's we take pride in our garden. It's a little something I do
It shows.
in my spare time. In any case, hopefully the little parts of that garden will serve you a long way.
Thank you.
And yeah, with that, she
I'll be sure.
asks, "Are
I'll be
you,
sure to visit again.
Do you tell her that?
Yeah, Yasha will be like, I'll be sure to visit again.
Hell yeah.
She does smile at that. And
He's very cute.
nods and says, well,
He is.
my door's always open for you. So, you're always welcome here.
Damn, Daniel.
Damn, Daniel.
It'll be a rough start getting everything sorted, but, you know, don't be a stranger. are you headed back?
To where we
Uh,
had previously been staying? Yes.
Very well done. Best of luck to you then. And she kind of looks around and then is
You too.
kind of asks, "Wasn't there one more of you?" And she kind of notes and points out Kyron hasn't actually shown up.
oh, Uncle Kyron's missing.
Damn it, Karen, what are you doing?
Kyron, what are you doing?
Karen,
just
what are you
kinda
doing?
Sighs.
Hero mentions that last I saw him, he was in his room. Maybe he's still sleeping?
Yasha
I
Spider
keep
crawls
doing what I'm doing.
Kyron's room.
Yasha, you head to the...
Can we
Each spider
think
crawls
we're all
into the
gonna
fucking
check on-
window.
check on Karen? Like,
Yeah?
buddy.
Like, buddy.
My desk is still in
Yeah,
front of the door.
you head to the
Do you
room,
think a
which is-
desk's gonna stop Lamine?
Yeah, Yasha knows about this already, so he just goes in through the fucking window. He tries to go in through the fucking window.
Yeah, Lamine ain't doing that.
Neither Mortarin.
Kyron!
Yeah, there's no Kyron. And you going
God
through
damn
the
it.
window. The window was open, by the way. There's no
God damn it,
Kyron.
Karen.
However, there is some dumplings and a note that's been left behind. And on
I
Oh,
eat the note
boy.
and read the dumplings.
I should know.
the dumplings.
Oh, come on, it's Kyron. You know how this works. Eats the note, reads the dumplings.
we we see Yasha contemplate and then puts a dumpling over both of his eyes, just like.
Yeah, just he has dumpling vision now.
Dumpling vision.
What do the dumplings tell me?
The dumplings say you should have read the note.
Fuck. I spit the note out and read it.
Okay. God.
Glad we got that sorted.
The note says you'll be notified from Kyron.
Damn,
Be
Karen.
notified.
I re-eat the note.
Alright.
You read the note.
What does that mean?
And there's a pound of dumplings sitting at the table.
Ah,
I
well.
put them over my,
let's
I
not
put
walk
them
off.
over my eyes and walk away.
There goes Kyron.
Yeah, show the dumpling vision.
Guess we gotta. I guess we'll tell Yuki
Till
it's
we
all
meet
sorted.
again.
Well,
Aaron has.
Kyron has left the building.
Yep.
Quite literally.
Yeah, yeah.
I check under the bed for explosives.
Good.
There are 400 pounds of C4 primed and ready to
No.
be detonated on a timer.
Oh, good. I turn one of them on and leave.
Man,
That's what Kyron would have wanted.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, it checks out. It tracks.
It does.
I'm just saying, down track.
Yep.
Oh, Kyron, leaving explosives around.
No, there's no explosives. Nothing's really left behind. Other than the note and the pound of dumplings. But yeah.
Till we meet again. Till we meet again.
So we meet again.
Let's say it even the finale.
Till we meet again.
God damn it.
Looks wistfully into the blue sky.
In any case,
The not so Brosnov blue sky that doesn't exist.
it's still a fucking coal gray sky, orange glow.
I take Star Silver, I blow a hole in the stratosphere, and then I look at the blue sky.
Oh my god, okay.
And meanwhile, a bunch of bystanders are like, "Oh!" as they see some crazy shit.
Is that the
But it was-
fucking
I mean-
sky?
And then, but
Fucking scat.
I just needed this for the theatrical effect. No, don't mind me. Using weapons of mass destruction that could potentially level the city? Yeah, that's it's for theatric effect, don't worry.
Oh my god. But yeah,
Makes sense.
we can go back to Tessa's.
Yep, you head back to Tessa.
Congratulations, Tessa. We're not coming back with Kyron.
Yeah.
Oh.
I take out a noise box that says, "Hey, Tessa."
Tessa throws it out
I
the window.
should have left my.
Oh,
I should have left my bark box.
Your
Yeah.
bark box.
Yeah, you had that.
You'll need it though. You'll need it
I
for your
still
journey.
have.
Tessa breaks that box into 1,000 pieces and throws them all away.
No, Tessa, that was the last gift I had from Kyron.
It was a lousy gift.
Oh.
God. It reminds me of that pilot from Haluva Boss. Oh no, he's dying.
Oh, we're losing him.
We're losing him.
I think I'm gonna cap off here though for now, unless
Yeah.
there's anything else
Okay.
that you guys want to do. But I feel like this is a nice stopping point.
I think that's
Oh
good.
god,
for
he's
me.
so dead.
We're
Yeah, it worked for me. Yeah. Part of me is tempted to talk to Patron, but it can wait.
You sure?
You know what? I will just ask her a simple question then, if she will even deem to answer.
Hmm.
With all this shit going on, I think at some point in just walking towards Tessa's house, Morton will just ask in his mind, just like, I've been calling you Patron this entire time. Do you have a name I can call you? I can at least do that. Continue to be called Patron if she doesn't answer.
Yeah. Sadly, no answer.
Alright, she's gonna be called Patron.
Yeah.
He's
for
a
now.
bitch sad though that she's not answering.
Bitch.
Bitch. The king
Yeah.
of the hill, bitch.
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 But yeah.
Order
That
order
we
patron though.
will conclude it. Our patron is super fucking fickle.
Yeah.
I've been like checking it. There's
Nope. Not
Oh,
this
don't
time
worry.
either.
Selûne is actually mentioned. She is a good deity, but she is fickle, so it makes sense
Yeah.
that the patron also is fickle as well. So
Yeah.
Selûne must suffer like I have. Slam Selûne into Lego.
oh!
Oh my god.
God.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly, no answer. I rolled on it.
No
Fine.
answer. Fickle Selûnes.
Fickle Selûne.
No answer. Still a name.
Left
Answer.
on red.
Damn.
Message red. 2
Damn.
hours ago.
You hate to see.
You hate to say that.
Yeah.
But we'll leave it here for now, and then chalk up to well the next part, which is unless you guys have anything else to take care of.
That fucking duel. It's
Fucking
we're at
duel.
Tessa's.
Yasha
Yeah.
looking for them rooftops, like, where's a good spot?
But that aside, I mean, duel aside, you should probably.
Yeah.
You want to just get that done?
At the rooftop duel.
Yes.
We've been talking about it for years.
Now? We do it
That
now?
is up to Shen.
Do y'all want to do it now?
I leave that entirely up to Shen.
Okay.
Save it for next.
Okay.
session.
Cave.
I think I'd rather save it for next session.
All right.
Right.
It'll be
Yes.
first thing next sesh, and then moving on to
The Herald.
the Herald, and that will conclude Brosnov.
Snooze.
This is it.
Yeah.
And the final
Yay.
ride,
We get
and
to do
then
it.
the realm will be done. Well, at least this
We can always.
this
Segment.
section of the realm. Chapter 2 will be done.
And then Kingmaker, Kingmaker.
No.
Kingmaker, Kingmaker.
I will mention.
Mhm.
We could always do the duel back in Valvidiri too. Like it doesn't. I don't know. I don't see why it
It's true.
needs to happen in Rosnov.
God.
If it works better for, honestly, it might work better for like.
Also the beach episode. I still haven't forgotten.
Oh God.
You asked for a beach
Oh,
episode. I
oh,
will
hell
give you
yeah.
the beach episode.
Oh my God.
On, if I can choose, I'd rather do it at the beach episode. Honestly.
Oh my God. Just the duel right in front of people at the beach episode.
Yasha passes you
I
two
mean, it doesn't need to be in
God.
front of people. Oh my god, it doesn't need to be in front of people. But
People are
it's a
gonna
lot funnier
watch.
if they're in there. I mean, yeah.
Post-air.
Like they can try to be. They can try to be secluded. But
Yasha will watch.
You know what? I like this idea better. Okay, we'll do it then.
Look,
That
me
sounds
might
fun.
like romantic stuff. She will also happily go for things that are just silly.
Yasha will pass you two
And-
foam swords.
Having
Go with your
having
beach
a
attire.
duel in your bathing suit is pretty funny and silly. So yeah, I think I like that more too.
Like that. I like that too. All right, we're good.
Each duel. No duel next episode. We can get right into the Herald things.
I watch a random Rosnov citizen distort.
I love the city I
God.
live in.
It might,
Watches him.
it would also probably be more enjoyable to do that around the same time, or whenever
Watches him.
Lamine will talk to Mordor about her like the story she's gonna tell him.
Watches as the SCP threat now wanders through the city. Just
Oh, good.
He loves the
That's
city.
just what the city needed.
SCP
It's okay,
monsters.
it's okay. It's only like Keter. It's fine.
Uh huh.
I'm gonna go ahead and
It's not a-
conclude it here. And yeah, y'all, thank you so much for checking in on the stream, and hopefully soon we'll reach the conclusion of this segment of the realm. And yeah, bye. Thank you, Karen. And hope y'all have a wonderful day, night,
the hell?
afternoon,
It's a soldier from
Yeah.
the opposing force.
and yeah, I'll start off that raid.
Yay!
Free from my madness.
But a nice solemn way to conclude this
I'm gonna do.
this session. B, have a good night.
Yeah, good night. Oh my god.